star, it's Paul Jubb. Ranked #1 in the world, Neil Skupski. Johnny O'Mara. Jamie Murray.
It's long and Team England get what could be a crucial victory in this battle.
Sir Andy Murray! Dan Evans!
Dan Evans takes the victory for Team England.
Come on, England. Come on, England.
Come on, Scotland. Make some noise, Aberdeen.
A very good evening and welcome along to Schroders Battle of the Brits 2022 here at the P&J Live Arena in Aberdeen. We've had two incredible sessions earlier on today and yesterday, and we are all set for what could be a dramatic third session coming up in a few minutes' time. Team Scotland versus Team England, and Team England at the moment are ahead 5-1, but it is still all to play for. Alongside me, Jamie Murray's coach, Alan McDonald. Alan, it's been an electric day or so. Two sessions have gone by. We've got one more to come. The fans are trickling in. What do you make of it so far?
I think it's been a really enjoyable and competitive event, and I think that we're just all hoping that we get the finale that we're looking for.
And what finale is that?
That would be the Murray brothers against world #1 Neil Skupski and big competitor Dan Evans. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. It hasn't actually been the best afternoon for Scotland so far. The battle score is 5-1, as you can see there. Session 1 were both worth 1 point each, both of those matches. Session 2, each match was worth 2 points. And now Session 3 worth 3 points each. So there is a lot at stake, and all players involved know that.
That's right, and the scoring system is really kind of building to this finale. Before that can happen, there's obviously the small matter of a singles to be played between the two young guns of each team, which is another really interesting matchup that we're looking forward to seeing.
Well, we know what the battle score is right now. It's 5-1 to England, but we're all hoping that it all comes down to this incredible encounter.
He's one of our own, Jamie Murray!
We're really excited to be able to bring world-class tennis to Scotland. That was a huge part of wanting to put on the event and hopefully beating England.
It's Sir Andy Murray!
I don't know about mind games, but there'll definitely be a lot of chat flying around for whoever wins. I do get involved in it quite a bit. Dan Evans, probably on the English team, he'd be the one that's stirring things the most on that side, and then on our team, I'm probably up there.
From Birmingham, Dan Evans!
We're all travelling off to Australia at the start of the year, so it'd be nice to let the guys know if when we've won that, you know, we took them out in their backyard. It'd be something nice to have over them, you know, be plenty of hours spent letting them know we've won.
Ranked #1 in the world, Neil Skupski!
Really looking forward to getting on court and beating the Scots.
Come on, England!
Come on, England. Come on, Scotland. Make some noise, Aberdeen.
Well, fighting talk from both teams, that's for sure. It's one of the oldest rivalries in sport, Scotland versus England. And right now, as you can see, England do have the advantage coming into this third session. Earlier on today, Murray and O'Mara fought back bravely, but they were defeated by Jubb and Skupski. And then it was a great effort from Sir Andy Murray taking that second set and pushing Dan Evans to 10-8 in that match tiebreak. But Evo just too good in that 10-pointer. And then, of course, tonight, Aiden McHugh taking on Paul Jubb. It's a battle of the youngsters. And then Andy Murray and Jamie Murray playing doubles together for what may or may not be the last time in Scotland, up against Dan Evans and Neil Skupski. So Alan, first up, singles, Paul Jubb, Aiden McHugh. Paul Jubb played in the doubles earlier to take the place of an ill Joe Salisbury, and yesterday Aiden McHugh played singles but lost. What do we think of this matchup?
It's got to be an even match, I think. They played each other already this summer in the States in a challenger, which Paul won in 3 close sets, so they're very evenly matched. Their game styles are a bit different, but that makes for an interesting kind of tactical battle. So I think it's going to come down to who wants it more, who's going to ride the energy of the crowd more, and I think maybe that just gives a slight favouritism to Aiden because he's going to have the majority of the crowd behind him.
Yeah, well, to put this into context, this is essentially a must-win victory for Scotland if they are to stay within the battle rights. So for Aiden McHugh, there's a bit of pressure on those shoulders.
That's right, and it'll be great to see how he handles it, how Paul Jubb handles the pressure, and this kind of test is invaluable for players at their stage in their career. You know, it's a 6,000 crowd, and you don't get too many chances to play matches in that environment.
You don't indeed, and well, actually, there are 2 men leading both Team England and Team Scotland. Nothing to do with tennis, of course, but they are absolutely great characters, and they're courtside now with Colin Fleming.
Paul, Ian, we're ready to go again. Session 3, England with a big lead, 5-1, but still all to play for. Let me just ask you, Ian, firstly, you know, you've been great on the sidelines, a lot of charisma, but it's been serious business as well. Has it met your expectations coming in? What have you made of the tennis? What stood out for you?
It's way surpassed it. I am in awe of these lads, you know, how they deal with each point and keep going if it's a bad one, if they've made a wrong shot selection and it didn't come off. You could easily destroy yourself, but what they're all doing is behaving in a fantastic way. And we're talking about trying to pick each other up as well, because they're not used to that. So I'm really proud of every one of them, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been fantastic tennis. And Paul, 5-1 to England, but a bit of Scottish grit tonight. Can we turn it around?
Yeah, well, I mean, still 6 points to play for, obviously, so we can still win yet. But like Ian said, I think both sets of players have been amazing, and all credit to England. You know, they've played some fantastic tennis, but still all to play for, still all there. So let's see if the atmosphere will be good again, I'm sure. So let's see what happens.
Well, we're getting ready to go. We'll let you go and join the teams, guys. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Well, great to hear from both captains once again. They've been giving each other a bit of jip as well. We were just having some dinner a few moments ago with them as well. Such great characters, a great addition, and bringing other sports into the tennis world as well.
And you can see how much they've enjoyed being around the tennis scene, but also I think the players and everyone around the event has got a lot from what they've brung to as well, their perspective from their sports. And it's been just fantastic development to have them as the captains.
And certainly, and also particularly the pre-match speeches that Ian Holloway has been giving Team England seems to really be geeing them up. Obviously, we know he's from a different sport, but he's from a team sport, and he's a manager of many different football clubs, so he's very used to that. And it seems to be, you know, very easy for him in order to give a motivational chat.
It seems like it, yeah, like the people management side of things and the mentality to be a performer in your sport maybe doesn't change that much between different disciplines, so that's, I'm sure, the main thing that he can bring from football into this event, and it's going to transfer to the players successfully, which, judging by the way that they've been performing, has really been happening.
Well, for Paul Lawrie, many of the players within Team Scotland are very talented golfers, and Johnny O'Mara, who plays off scratch, has just been in his ear the whole time. I think they just organised a game of golf together, didn't they?
The word shameless springs to mind. Yeah, it was. I was a bit embarrassed sitting near to them while they were putting the feelers out for that one, but I think they might have got their reward, so fair play to them. But what I did think was interesting was that Colin and Johnny were actually claiming that they were favourites to beat Paul in that match, and I don't think he was too impressed by that, so they may have motivated him to give them a bit of a lesson when they do play. Yeah,
I think they may have temporary memory loss in the fact that Paul Lawrie is a major champion.
Yeah, and he was, of course, part of the Miracle of Medina, which was another team that came from 4 points behind on the final day, so maybe that's an omen for the Scottish team tonight. Certainly,
but obviously the crowd here tonight has played such a part for Team Scotland in particular. They really need them to turn up for them this evening, and we could see as we were walking up to the commentary box how many people are milling around the P&J Live Arena to come in. 6,300 people. Every session has just about been packed out to the rafters, and it's just great to see.
Indeed, and I think they were starting to get a bit worried that the changeover of the two crowds was going to be a bit of a problem, but I think Andy's match with Dan Evans finished just in time and it's filling up nicely here, and we're really looking forward to the tennis.
We are indeed. There is still so much more tennis to come. Just a reminder, we are about to approach session 3 of Battle of the Brits. It is 3 points at stake for each of these matches at the moment. England leads Scotland 5-1. It's 1-7. So it's about time we let this final session of Battle of the Brits commence.
We're all friends and it'll be in good spirits for sure, but I'm interested to see how competitive it does get out there once we're actually on the court.
It'll be massive, obviously. It'll be a lot of chat even for the next year after this event, so there's no doubt everyone really wants to win, even if people don't let on that they're as invested. Everyone wants to get this win. Yeah.
The part of like they know your game is a little bit tougher. Yeah, I don't mind it. I enjoy playing my friends, and you know, we have good battles.
10,
9,
8, 7, 6,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on, England! The countdown is over. It is time for the final session of Battle of the Brits. Aberdeen, are you ready? Then let's welcome both of our teams. First, Team England. Let's say hello to the captain, a legend of football and tennis's new biggest fan. He's known as the Cat in the Hat. Make some noise for Ian Holloway. Well, the hat is off, the gloves are off as well. We have met the captain. Let's now meet the players for Team England. First of all, a young man who has impressed greatly over the past 2 days. Enrolling at the University of South Carolina at 17 years old. A winner of the 2019 NCAA Singles Championship. A 7 times ITF Futures title champion from Yorkshire. Let's hear it for Paul Jubb. A man who has showed his class over the past couple of days, ranked #1 in the world for doubles, having knocked his teammate Joe Salisbury off that spot in November with 7 ATP doubles titles in 2022. From Liverpool, let's hear it for Neil Skupski! As Team England await, we have one more player to enter the court, currently ranked #2 for the British male singles ranking with a career high of 22 in the world, winning his first ATP singles title last season in Melbourne. He is in top form, a Davis Cup winner from Birmingham. Let's make some noise for Dan Evans! Aberdeen, let's all make some noise and welcome Team England! It's the oldest rivalry in sport. Let's meet their opponents. It's time to say hello to Team Scotland! Leading the charge, a man who's no stranger to victory in top-level competition, including winning the Open Championship famously in Carnoustie in 1999. We can have the magic of a Ryder Cup winner, Aberdeen's own, the legend of golf, Paul Warren! And he's still got the famous swing back in his hometown. We love to see it. Paul leading the charge as captain. Now, for the players representing Team Scotland. First up, hailing from Arbroath, a man who has impressed so many people over the last 2 sessions. In 2019, he reached a career high of 44 in the ATP World Tour doubles rankings. He is Scottish through and through. He is the Prince of Arbroath. He is Johnny O'Mara! And Johnny doing what he does best, working that crowd. Sensational performance. And another young gun is ready to enter the arena. A man who started playing tennis at just 4 years old, breaking into the top 300 in the ATP World Tour ranking earlier this year. It's his 3rd appearance at the Battle of the Brits. He's a Ouija, all the way from Glasgow. It's Aiden McHugh! We have the young guns of the game in position, and now it's time to meet the legends. A bona fide legend, not just in Scotland but across the world, with 27 titles to his name. Most recently in Winston-Salem with his new partner Matt Aiden. A Great Britain Davis Cup winner, a former #1 ranked doubles player in the world, multiple Grand Slam champion, and the man who organised the Battle of the Brits. This is his party. It's Jamie Murray! And now, ladies and gentlemen, our final player to take to the court, representing Team Scotland, an icon of Scottish and world sport. As one of the big 4, he rewrote the entire history of British tennis with a golden spell including 3 Grand Slam titles, 2 men's singles Olympic gold medal, and of course, victory in the Great Britain Davis Cup. A former #1 in the world. Let's hear it for Sir Andy Murray! Aberdeen, let us hear your voice and make some noise for Team Scotland! At this time, we ask all those who can be upstanding to stand now and show respect for both our national anthems. First, the national anthem of England. Ladies and gentlemen, that was, of course, the anthem of England. And now, sing it loud and sing it proud. It's time, Aberdeen, for Flower of Scotland.
Die for
let's roar them on. Let's make some noise for Scotland! And at this time we ask for your applause for our piper, a great and talented young man at age just 13. Let's hear it for Rory Mendes!
So, session 3 of Battle of the Brits is almost ready to commence. Team England certainly with the advantage coming into this third and final session, leading 5-1 overall. And Paul Jubb is looking to secure the overall victory for Team England here. It is first to 7 points overall. This final match worth 3 points. But standing in his way is Aiden McHugh, a Glasgow boy from one of the best parts of Glasgow, I have to say, not biased at all. There he is, looking to try and get a first victory this weekend. He was defeated yesterday by Dan Evans, but has a different task today. A player less experienced than Dan Evans he faces. And I'm sure that team bench there of tournament director Jamie Murray, Johnny O'Mara, and 3-time Grand Slam champion Andy Murray will be cheering on their man Aiden McHugh. Alongside me in the commentary box, Alan McDonald, ready for what could be a noisy encounter.
Hi Jenny, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It's an interesting matchup between two young players.
Yeah. No changes from the matches already. Any questions? No? Cool. Heads? Heads? It is heads. Proceed. Have a good match.
So Paul Jubb opting to receive, which many players do at the moment. There is pressure on both players, so maybe Alan opting to put that pressure on Aiden McHugh. So confirmation of the men's singles coming up right now. Aiden McHugh taking on Paul Jubb.
There are 2 players in the opening fixture of this evening's Schroders Battle of the Brits. 2 young guns who have impressed greatly.
2 young up-and-coming players, that's for sure, looking to shine brightly, Alan, on a big old stage this evening.
That's right, and I think it's set up nicely to see who can prevail between the 2 sort of youngest players on each team. Paul Jubb here, glittering college career, followed by turning pro 2 years ago and making steady progress so far.
Yeah, let's meet him now, eh?
Paul Jubb, 23, Hull, England.
Yeah, you mentioned his glittering college career, 23 years old now, only turned pro a couple of years ago, has broken inside the top 200 in the world and looking to get that ranking back up inside the top 200. Had a great match at Wimbledon this summer in round 1, lost in 5 sets to Nick Kyrgios. What was a very, very tight encounter indeed.
And you can see there his win-loss record. He's not only played 4 matches in 2 years, but that's a full tour level that he's 0 wins and 4 losses. But the majority of his play is on the Challenger Tour, where all these young guys have to learn their trade and fight to get their ranking up to the level where they can play in the big events.
For those here tonight, experiencing
Aiden McHugh, 22, from Glasgow, Scotland.
Yeah, so he's up against 22-year-old Aiden McHugh. His ranking is, well, their both highest ranking has been very similar indeed, 298 versus 296, and at the moment Aiden McHugh 373. Yet to play on the ATP Tour itself, plays a lot of futures and challengers as well. So a relatively evenly matched pair here, Alan?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Aiden has actually been probably playing full-time for a little bit longer than Paul, because Paul took the college route. They're very similar ages. But Paul just kind of, ranking-wise, outstripped him a little bit. The matchup in styles is going to be the key to the match. Paul, more of a kind of attacking baseline player. Aiden a bit more all-court. He's likely to want to come forward more, use his slice backhand, and disrupt the rhythm of Paul's shots, because I think we saw yesterday that Aiden's got a lot of skills in his game. It's just whether he can maintain them for a long enough spell to win matches at this level. So it'll be a good challenge from here against a very solid player who's not going to give him anything and who also returns well, as we saw in the doubles.
Well, that's a jumper and a half, isn't it? Crikey jings. She could have got a photo with him smiling, though, surely.
That is his smile.
I think we should put that up on the big screen for Andy to see.
Yeah.
But he's looking nice and jovial after, unfortunately, being defeated by Dan Evans. It's been a tough day for Scotland. 2 very tight matches that they've lost, both in match tie breaks, and that really has propelled England forward. So a lot riding on this 22-year-old's shoulders right now. He really needs to pull out a victory worth 3 points.
Oh, the Prince is getting in on the act here. Yeah, Aiden, it's an interesting kind of pressure for him, because it's obviously a big moment for him individually, but also he's got the team's hopes riding on his shoulders as well, so hopefully his shoulders are broad enough to carry that.
Time.
Three points.
This is the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Remember why we are here. It is Scotland versus England. This match could be crucial.
3 points
Your
indeed.
energy, your voice, your
Team
noise
Scotland
will help
versus
carry
Team
the players
England, and Team England lead 5 points to 1 right now in the overall battle score. But can Scotland's Aiden McHugh keep his countrymen in the challenge? Well, let's get this 3rd and final session battle underway.
Left. First up. Fifteen left.
So it's interesting, these 2 players. Aiden McHugh played singles yesterday up against Dan Evans, but Paul Jubb played doubles earlier on in the first match of the day alongside Neil Skupski. Never played together. Played pretty well indeed, as the most inexperienced player arguably on the court there against Jamie Murray and Johnny O'Mara. So he's had a few hours to recover, stretch, eat,
15, 30.
get himself ready.
Yeah, I think physically he'll be absolutely fine in terms of having played his doubles. He'll be used to playing singles and doubles in one day from his college days anyway. But definitely getting the court time might give him a small advantage over Aiden here. Having been on the court today already, felt the ball felt the surface. Obviously, Aiden had the same yesterday, but already under a bit of pressure here in his first service game. And I think that Aiden's serve is quite a key shot in this match, because I feel like he wouldn't have been happy with his first serve yesterday. He was hitting the net a lot compared to his normal level, and I think he was only serving about 50%, and not winning a huge percentage either, maybe only 53 or 54%.
So a break of serve right from the get-go for Paul Jubb. He will be delighted with that start, as will Team England. Maybe just McHugh needs a few more minutes to try and settle in.
And as you said, Jenny, he got his rewards for putting Aiden into serve when he won the toss.
Yeah.
Often a tactic that can take advantage of some early nerves or lack of sharpness.
But I think one thing that Aiden McHugh could really use in his favour tonight is the crowd, to try and get them involved. Always helps when you've got a home crowd backing you. And we've seen it with the likes of Johnny O'Mara, Andy Murray. They really use the crowd as much as they possibly can.
That's right, and it's why it's important he doesn't get disconnected in the score early here. He needs to give the crowd something to get their teeth into.
That's a good pressure point right from the beginning of the Jubb service game. Is that Dan Evans telling Johnny to settle down? Good mates off court. Oh, lovely strike. That is a really gorgeous backhand. One-hander, of course, and, well, this just hit with perfection.
It's a well-produced shot, well-balanced. Yeah, those who saw the first Battle of the Brits will know that Eva was not afraid to make his voice heard. That's one situation, sorry, that Paul Jubb might have to deal with a bit tonight, is kind of coming forward to that low slice. Make a decision whether he's going to keep coming to the net or back up.
Oh, that's a lovely touch from Jubb. He did play doubles earlier, so got a little bit of a feel on the ball. That one, very cute indeed.
That's 3 returns in a row that have pulled Paul Jubb forward, and the first one, Aiden made that pass, but then Paul dealt with the next two really well, so food for thought for Aiden.
14-13.
So Jubb consolidates a break of serve.
England leads 2 games to none.
There's a nice, comfy early lead in this match.
Quick out of the blocks. It's time for Aiden to just put his marker down now with a solid service game of his own. Feel like he's into the match.
I feel this is a little bit crucial for McHugh right now. You can sense the frustration from him.
Serve and forehand combination there, and I don't think there's any shortcuts for Aiden here. Paul's going to make a lot of balls when he gets his racket on it on return, as we saw in the doubles, so he's going to have to work for his points, Aiden McHugh.
Can hear the tactics from the Scotland bench there. Johnny O'Mara not hiding anything.
And I think deliberately shouting it right in Paul's hearing there as well, just to try and get inside his head a bit.
Oh, nice shot. Well controlled.
30.
That lob was a shot he used well in the doubles, wasn't it? Not afraid to bring that one out to back his opponent off the net when they start to come forward. Controls it well.
Well, Aiden McHugh in a little bit of bother here. Now facing great point for a double break. That's wide, and the double break goes Jubb's way.
England leads 3 games to none.
And Team England at the moment storming out in front in the opening set of this singles match. There will be no sit down here though. Gotta wait till after 5 games, so just a quick drink and move on.
It's an interesting factor in having no sit-downs in terms of the momentum of the match. If you're the one who's actually 3-love up, double break, winning, you're quite happy to keep going more quickly, more continuous play. Whereas in normal circumstances, this would be the time to take your 90 seconds for Aiden McHugh and regroup and just mentally get himself back together again.
If that rule does come in tennis, would you be saying you can't stop and have a drink, keep on walking? Does it defeat the purpose?
I think you would have to have some sort of rule on how long you could loiter there at the back, but you definitely need to keep the drinks involved, I think.
Just overcooked that backhand a little bit.
Yeah, at least he'll feel like he was in control of that points a little bit. So far, the picture of the match has been very much as Jubb would have wanted, like quite comfortable from the baseline. Aiden not really able to dictate play very much. A few errors from the McHugh racket as well.
A big serve following up a double fault. What a shot from Jubb. He's shown his touch and feel already in this match, and there is nothing he could do there.
Fantastic shot there, and Aiden trying to change rhythm on him, mess around with his rhythm with the slice a little bit, but so far Jubb's proved more than equal to that tactic. So that's a bit worrying for the Scot.
Game, England.
So Jubb extends his lead
England
to
leads 4-love
in this opening set. Hasn't really put a foot wrong yet, Alan.
He hasn't. He's barely made an unforced error. He's played with purpose, and he's taken care of his serve. He's made Aiden play a ton of balls on his own service games, and so far Aiden's not just been able to get the balance right between being offensive and being consistent. So I think he needs to stick in this set for as long as he can, even if he doesn't win it. If we get another break here, could mean that he's into a second set too quickly.
Love 15.
Big serving from McHugh. And the crowd trying to draw on that positivity.
Let's keep hearing you, mate. Good stuff. Come on.
Really the first 3 errors that we've seen from the Jubb racket.
14-15.
A good time for Aiden. Johnny O'Mara is just asking Aiden for them to keep hearing him in the box, in other words, to show that he's there mentally. Some come on, some fist pumps. Also keep his feet going.
He's showing his ear. He's showing his fighting. He's on
4 games to 1.
Team England lead 4-1.
What about that, ladies and gentlemen? Great performance from both players. Let's make some noise for our players so far. And well done to Aiden McHugh getting on the board there, getting the crowd going. Love your energy tonight, folks. Look at this, what's the capacity? We've got the song playing, Yes Sir I Can Boogie. The camera is around the arena. Let's find some people. If we come to you, give us a dance, give us a wave and a cheer. Oh, there we go. What a time just to stand in front of the camera. We love it. Big cheers and waves and dancing. It is dance cam, of course. Oh, there you go. Nothing. Just smile. That's okay. That's the most awkward 9 seconds of your life. Oh, Andy's #1 fan right there. That merchandise will be on sale after tonight's matches.
Not a bad coach to get a pep talk from change of ends, is it?
The dance moves are
Absolutely not. I was just thinking, we'd love to hear what Andy Murray, 3-time Grand Slam champion,
well done, Aiden, for getting on the scoreboard, and let's
is saying to
show
Aiden
him
McHugh.
our support. Aberdeen, make some noise!
But it was also great to see Aiden McHugh's reaction after getting on the board.
It was a little bit born of frustration, but it was also, you know, the release of getting that game on the board and trying to just create some energy with the crowd. It was good to see, as you say, that he's not going to go into a shell and sort of feel like he's been overcome by the occasion.
But of course, Paul Jubb has a different agenda. He's played a pretty solid match so far.
He has, and he's doing a better job than Aiden in terms of his first serve and then the ball after.
Dirty left.
Maybe the longest rally of the match so far. And that'll give McHugh a little bit of confidence.
As I was saying before, there's a lot of value in just extending this set for as long as he can, because he's obviously not settled into the match quickly. So if he can get out of this set with a 6-2 or a 6-3 even, then he'll be set up for the rest of the match, hopefully. If it was a blowout at 6-1 or 6-love, then the pressure would really be on him in the next set.
Oh, that's a great return of serve. Tough to get your feet out of the way of that, the inside out, but great depth.
That's right, he gave himself space really well there. Hit the off forehand deep.
So Jubb holds once again. And now moves within one game of taking this opening set.
Come on, Jubby, right now!
Massive game coming up now for Aiden McHugh. See if he can hold serve and try and extend this set where possible.
At the moment, Aiden's problem is he's not really able to get up the court inside the baseline and dictate play. He's probably not making enough first serves, and then when they're both at the baseline rallying, Paul's weight of shot and his patterns are just a little superior to Aiden's.
Yeah, when he gets that first serve in, it's so much easy for him to be the attacker.
Exactly. The more of these baseline points they play where they're kind of moving each other around in a neutral situation, the better it probably is for Paul.
13-15.
Oh, that is a confident-looking Paul Jubb right now. McHugh didn't quite do enough with the backhand volley, and Jubb just stepped in.
Top shot, yeah, he's got a very good backhand, Paul Jubb. Extremely solid shot, simple technique. There's the blueprint again for Aiden. He's got to be looking to play a lot of these kinds of points on his service games, and that means first serves and committing to the second shot.
Off his shoelaces. He gets a very important hold in this opening set. Try and steady the ship. Paul Jubb, Team England, still in front, 5-2. Very shortly, Paul Jubb will be serving for the opening set.
Encouraging signs for potential second set for Aiden, though. Much more the style of play, the game style, and the execution that he needs to compete in this match. And he'll know when he plays his best level that it's an even match with Paul. And perhaps Aiden's level is going to decide things a little bit more than Paul's, who's a bit more steady in terms of being up and down during a match.
There's Aberdeen football legend Willie Miller alongside Paul Lawrie. He won't be too happy about the result the other night at Pataudry. But so Jubb now serving for the opening set.
15-11.
Well, that's too good from Jubb. And he really is orchestrating the play from the back of the court.
That's right, and when Aiden's forced into these defensive positions, you can see some of the work he needs to do to bridge the gap with, for example, how well Dan Evans covers the court when he's defending. He's just not quite as able to neutralize the ball on the stretch and read the play, dig out a few of these tough points as someone like Evo is.
So 3 set points for Paul Jubb and Team England. And he doesn't need 3, he just needs 1. And Team England looking very much in control of this battle of the Brits. Paul Jubb taking the opening set, 6-2.
It's exactly as we said when we walked in tonight.
Here is a little look at the numbers there. And
it would be like this.
On the whole, Paul Jubb just doing things a little bit better than that of his opponent, Aiden McHugh, unable to get a break point, face 2, and well, Paul Jubb took both of his opportunities there. Obviously, the unforced error count there for Aiden McHugh a little bit too high compared to that of Paul Jubb.
Aiden McHugh! Remember the result of this
Okay, well, I think we can head down courtside to get some reaction from Team England with Colin Fleming.
Well, I'm down here on the Team England bench. Paul, you played the doubles this afternoon, drafted in late. You played great, so no surprise to see you playing well again, but you must be happy with the way the first set's gone.
Yeah, just tried to start strong, not give him an inch, and be relentless from the start.
Is it going to be more of the same in the second set, or are you expecting Aiden to come out fighting?
He's for sure going to come out fighting. You know, he's a good competitor, so I expect that, but hopefully more of the same from me.
And Ian, what about this man? He's playing unbelievably well. Is it all down to you, or is he figuring it out himself?
Absolutely nothing to do with me. This boy's on fire, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He stepped in earlier on. He hadn't played since he was at college in doubles, and I'm so proud of him. I could burst. He's fantastic.
Did I see a few people in the crowd copying your hat? Is there a few of those floating around?
Some ladies who bought some blue hats like me, so you never know.
Listen, Paul, well played. All the best in the second set.
Time.
Oh, well, what a fun couple of days Ian Holloway's had as team captain of Team England. A huge character. He's brought a lot of fun. But right now, Team Scotland need a massive comeback.
Love 15.
And both of these guys actually represented by Andy Murray's sports management company, 77 Sports Management.
Well played, Aiden McHugh, and his challenge here is to be mentally very tough and work hard for everything, not let himself get despondent, and fight for everything that he can in this set, because if he starts well, then he can start to put a bit of scoreboard pressure on. And then maybe it's going to be harder for Paul Jubb to play the tennis that he wants to play.
No, he's pushed it there. You get the feeling that this is a really important service game for McHugh. He was broken in the opening service game of the match, and this just might settle him a little bit.
Agreed.
Oofed. Nice change up from McHugh. We know he likes to come forward, but it was a great return of serve from Jubb.
Yeah, I think from the doubles you could see that that's a risky place to serve to Jubb. If he gets his racket on that double-handed backhand, then he's got a lot of control and can really get the ball down to your feet more often than not. Perhaps on the forehand side, as there, you can rush him. He's a bit more vulnerable. Aiden's first serve points won in the first set was down at 54%, which is basically not good enough to compete. So that's a problem he's going to have to solve in this set. Otherwise, he's going to be in trouble.
He's ready to dig in deep
Advantage
here.
Scotland.
It's long and Aiden McHugh holds the opening game of the second set, much to the delight of this crowd here in Aberdeen. And Johnny O'Mara now with the words of encouragement.
Yeah, there's no shortage of leadership on that bench now for Aiden to tap into with, of course, Aberdeen legendary captain Willie Miller on the bench alongside Paul Laurie now.
Paul Jubb looking pretty dialed in right now with the task at hand.
There's a mental challenge here in terms of having won a set comfortably and then starting the second set. You know your opponent's going to try and reset and come at you. Can you keep your level or even go up a gear? It's the challenge for Paul. And that's basically just back to work, which I think will be his mentality, the word relentless that he used to describe his kind of game plan at the start, to be relentless and to put him under pressure. Really sums up how he's been playing.
Oh, what a pickup. It's so hard to put full speed on and then control the ball when you get there across the net. He did it very well indeed.
Good hands, yeah, good skills from Aiden on the run.
Second, Jubby. Jubby. Good over. Good ball. We go Scotland. Thanks, Johnny. Pretty good. Good.
I was smirking there because that was clearly Johnny O'Mara and Dan Evans cheering on their opponent, their teams rather.
They've taken it upon themselves to have a little side battle, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think eyeballing each other, loving it.
You go, Eddie, any game, mate. Come on. Come on, Johnny.
Game England.
That's a great serve. I think Team England had to pretty much duck from that one. Smack the bench.
And that's been the difference so far. Paul Jubb's winning far more of those kind of routine, simple points than Aiden is. So Aiden McHugh needs to find a solution here with starting with his own serve to take care of his service games more efficiently, but then also make inroads into Paul's serve. Definitely targeting that Jubb forehand a bit more now. I think Aiden and possibly the bench as well feel that that's the side that's more likely to break down.
Somehow managed to find a way. That was tense for a second.
30 left.
Great reactions from both players, but McHugh getting the better of Jubb.
Yeah, some nice improvisation from both of them there, wasn't there?
That's the serve.
I think some of the players think that the let machine is a bit jumpy, a bit temperamental. Johnny's claiming that was a foot above the net, that one.
Great change up from McHugh. It was a great second serve, to be fair. Lovely and deep.
Yeah, I mean, the two matches that we've watched him play in singles here, I think his second serve has been a solid part of his armory. He's got good pace, good shape. It's fairly consistent. I think he'll be disappointed with the way he's using his first serve at this point. And that's an error that we've seen a lot, isn't it, in the tape. Maybe he's not quite getting up to it the way he normally does.
What were you saying about his second serve?
Well, he went for it. If you're going to do it, you do it 40 love, right?
Yeah.
If there's such thing as a good double, then that was it.
Oh, that was a screamer. And he certainly liked it.
Yeah, he definitely got up to that one. And another good reaction to hear from the Scottish perspective. You know, he's still in, he's still competing. And he looks much more settled now and kind of in the match. So that's great signs for the Scotland team.
Yeah, he's walking with a different sense of purpose here. Definitely a bit more settled in the match, and I'm sure Johnny has more words of encouragement. Andy and Jamie Murray have left the team bench. They are up next in the final match of Battle of the Brits. They are playing doubles together, potentially for the last time in Scotland. We don't know, but it always could be, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think we just have to relish every chance we get to see them going out and performing on home soil. The memories of their Davis Cup matches will live long in the memory. Some absolute classics, Argentina, Australia. And it wasn't a home tie, but their performance in the Davis Cup final against Goffin and Darcy was quite something as well. On clay in front of a away crowd.
Unexpected miss from Jubb there.
Just to reinforce the point about controlling his own service games, Paul Jubb's first serve percentage is almost 70% at the moment, so he's starting the point on his terms more often than not, and that goes a long way to controlling the match.
Went for it. Just a little wide, and back on serve in the second set, 2 games apiece. Already seems like a very different set to that of the first.
Aiden's first serve percentage just below 60, so he's not making as many in the court and starting the point strongly as Paul, but he's also not winning the same percentage when the first serve does go in.
exerting a lot of pace there. Aiden McHugh off his forehand wing too much. Good job to handle.
That's right, and he's kind of growing into this match and starting to look like the player that we know that he is when he's playing with confidence. On the baseline, using his forehand to control the point. First serve, able to come forward.
Wow, clipped the line. It was an absolute bullet.
I think you're having a wee Hawkeye challenge on that. If you've got the cameras there, I think it caught some of the line, but it was a close one.
That's a great point from the Scot. Just what you were saying, Alan, about getting the serve in and utilising that advantage.
Good to see him moving in behind it as well and not letting Paul neutralise deep down the middle.
What a return to serve. That backhand of Jubb is just ruthless.
30-14.
Such a weapon that he possesses.
It's risky to go in there for sure. It's so compact, it's so well produced, that shot.
And now breakpoint chance for Paul Jubb and Team England. Oh, that's too good. Jubb gets the break of serve. How crucial is that going to be to the outcome of this Battle of the Brits? Oh, Jubb certainly looking like he's in control of this match, leading by a set and a break.
He certainly looks calm and composed, which, when you've got a clear game plan and it's working, it's always something that helps you to just feel mentally calm and just go about your business. And I think that's the vibe that he's giving.
What about that vibe?
That vibe, I don't know what that vibe is, but I'm enjoying it.
I'm trying to think of how I can describe these dance moves. Dad dancing at the very least. And who is he supporting? He's got Scotland and England on his top.
I think just tennis is the winner after that one. That was the Strictly Christmas special teaser trailer there.
A big game here for both players. Jubb will really be looking to assert his dominance over this entire match here. McHugh trying to get back in it once again. Where's the yellow card?
What's it they do? They send the manager to stands, don't
Yeah,
they?
exactly.
I think maybe someone needs to come out and
Come up into the bleachers.
banish Holly to Rose Ed.
That's easy. 14-15.
There's a big problem here for Aiden, because he's caught between trying to make something happen but also stay in a match that he's trailing in, and he's not quite getting the balance right. A few cheap errors creeping in now, which we haven't seen really since the first set.
Game England.
Well, nice to seal that game for Paul Jubb.
And I think he did his odd job for us, really, by describing his performance as relentless, which I think is probably the best adjective we could come up with right now, because he's not given AD space to breathe. He's not thrown in any errors that can give him a ray of hope. He's made a lot of balls on return and made a lot of first serves, and it's just not given Aiden a chink of light so far. Key for McHugh is to keep doing his job as well as he can and just hang around as long as he can now.
Well, he's got to remember that earlier on, Johnny O'Mara and Jamie Murray were a set 5-3 down, match point down against Neil Skupski and Paul Jubb, and took it to a match tiebreak.
Exactly right.
Oh, but that backhand has just been clinical. It is an absolute missile. You can see how much he loves hitting it.
Must hang tough here and get to this game.
Just overhit, it seemed a little bit there, forced it.
Forehand's been misfiring somewhat in this match for Aiden. I think that's where a lot of his woes have stemmed from, that he wants to dictate with that shot, but he's maybe not feeling that he can to his normal extent. So he's not feeling comfortable with it.
So 2 breakpoint chances here for a double break in this second set.
Let's go, Jimmy, next one.
He is motoring. And now he takes Team England one game away from being the Battle of the Brits 2022 champions. He leads 6-2, 5-2. Captain Holloway, animated as always.
Yeah, a lot of credit goes to the captain and the England bench. I think they've done a great job of supporting their teammates in every match so far in the event.
So Paul Jubb here serving for the match and to capture Battle of the Brits for Team England.
15 love.
Oh, what a shot.
He's got an answer for everything right now, doesn't he? Playing with a lot of confidence. He's got the big lead on the scoreboard, and that was a good chip and charge from Aiden.
So 3 match points and 3 championship points. Well, Team England win the war against Scotland on home turf. They are the Schroders Battle of the Brits champions. And it's Paul Jubb who seals the final victory in emphatic fashion. Wonderful performance from the 23-year-old. And a warm embrace, of course, from his team.
What a dominant performance there.
6-2, 6-2 straight sets.
Let's make some noise.
Paul Jubb defeating Aiden McHugh.
Jubb!
And there is confirmation of the battle score. Team England are victorious. 8-1, they have defeated Team Scotland. That last match worth 3 points, which allowed them to hit the magic number 7.
And now is your chance, the Aberdeen live crowd here.
And it's 2 from 2 for Paul Jubb today. Came in to fill in for Joe Salisbury in the doubles as he pulled out with illness and injury. What a performance he put in against this man, Aiden McHugh, who unfortunately was defeated in both of his singles matches. But Paul Jubb, Alan, how impressive was he there?
I thought it was an extremely composed performance, and I was impressed by how he started the match. As he said himself, relentlessly, but he didn't sit on his laurels. He kept the pressure on, and he put Aiden away in the end comfortably because of that.
Yeah, you spoke about the serve so often, Alan. 83% first serve, points 1 for Paul Jubb. That is so high compared to 54% of Aiden McHugh. Just couldn't get a stranglehold on that match. But let's hear from the victor right now as he is courtside with Colin Fleming.
Paul, huge congratulations. You've come out today, you've won the doubles this afternoon, great performance in the singles. You've clinched the 2022 Battle of the Brits for Team England. How good does that feel?
Yeah, super thrilled to clinch it and bring it home.
And you must be really happy with the way you played. You know, Aiden, obviously talented player. We saw that against Dan Evans yesterday, but really clean, efficient performance. You hardly gave him anything out there.
Yeah, no, we actually played a month ago in the Challenger or something, and it was 3 sets, a really tight match, and yeah, I played him a lot. It's always been tight, but today I was ruthless from the start. That's all I tried to do, and not give him an inch, and did it the whole way.
And just a word for Jamie Murray, obviously on the other team, but tournament director, he's pulled it all together. How good has it been for you, you know, to come in, be a part of Team England, be a part of an event like this, huge crowds in Aberdeen?
No, Jamie's done amazing. I mean, crowd here has been electric, and he's looked after us, the players, phenomenally. So, no, really well done to Jamie.
Yeah, well done. If I just bring in Ian, Paul, Ian. You've won promotions. You've taken teams to the Premier League, and now you've won the Battle of the Brits for Team England at tennis. Who'd have ever thought it?
I haven't won anything. My boys just did me proud. I mean, honestly, what we spoke about was try and keep this wonderful crowd quiet, and it's impossible. But I have to say, the whole event, the Murrays, marvellous, and to meet Paul as well, absolute living legend here. This man is going to be a star. They all are, because I have never seen anything quite as good as this in my life.
No, it's been sensational. Paul, we were hoping for a tennis miracle in Medina there. Not to be, but still one more big match to come. Despite the overall competition being done, I'm sure there'll be a huge amount of pride in wanting to win this last match for Team Scotland.
Yeah, of course there is. I mean, obviously tough match for Eddie. Young man here, played extremely well at a high level. Away from home, which is always tough, as we all know. Just I hope he doesn't wear Ian's hat, because then we've got to see the ball of the head. That's never good. But I mean, obviously everyone's having a great time, great atmosphere, and we'll get the Murray boys out and hopefully bring some points at the end there.
Well, that's it. You're going to go backstage and have a chat with Andy and Jamie, get them fired up, ready to go?
Absolutely. They're already fired up. They'll be ready.
Well, listen, well done to everyone, Paul. Fantastic performance, and we look forward to Andy and Jamie coming out in 5 or 10 minutes, so thank you.
Well, what a victory for Paul Jubb there, securing the Battle of the Brits 2022 for Team England 8-1. And what a performance it was, Alan. He just seemed to be so clinical from start to finish, really.
I agree. Yeah, it was very impressive. I think he came out of the traps with a really good game plan. It was simple, but it was relentless, as he himself said. And the problem for Aiden was that he just had no way of kind of working his way into the match, while Paul was continuously front-running and making things so high pressure for him. And sometimes you just have to say too good.
Yeah, certainly, and he's enjoying the moment right now, signing autographs, taking photos with lots of fans. He's a player certainly to watch in the future, and how he's progressing up the rankings as well. He went to college, he was the first Brit to win the NCAA championship, and as I mentioned earlier in commentary, took Nick Kyrgios to 5 sets in the first round of Wimbledon, and he's set for big things.
I hope so. I think he's...
Has he got the game to do big things?
That's the thing. He's never going to fall down on his work ethic and his intensity, you know, his professionalism. What will be interesting as his career goes forward is seeing if he has enough weaponry to really challenge the very top players of the game consistently. He had that close match with Kyrgios at Wimbledon, of course, but he's not playing that level of player week in, week out yet. And, you know, as we saw in that match, he's got a lot to his game. But does he have the really big weaponry and the X factor to push on into the top 100 and the top 50? And, you know, I really hope he does, because he's obviously a hard worker and you know, a good personality in British tennis.
Yeah, certainly. He looked very comfortable in Team England. He looked like he was having a lot of fun over the last 2 days. And a word then on his opponent, on Aiden McHugh, because I mean, he's going to be a little bit gutted. Great opportunity for him to play Battle of the Brits for Team Scotland and be around the likes of Andy, Jamie, and everyone in Team Scotland. But for him, he's going to look at it maybe a little bit like, well, I lost both my matches. Tough opponents, mind you, Dan Evans and Paul Jubb. But what would he take from this?
I think Aiden will probably be slightly more disappointed with today's match compared to yesterday. Against Evans, he was up against it, obviously, in terms of ranking and experience. And in the first set especially, he found a way into the match and was looked much more at home. Whereas today, he probably would have been going in with more expectations to be able to win the match, and he just never really got going because largely his opponent played a very strong match. But I think it'll be a question of being gutted, yes, but also trying to find some learning points there for how he can deal with that kind of situation next time, and improve those areas where he's maybe falling down on.
Certainly. Well, it was disappointing for Scotland in the fact that they have been defeated 8-1 in the Battle of the Brits. But let me tell you, they won 5-0 at something else that was very fun indeed. Take a look at this.
The after 8 game, where you put an after 8 on the forehead, you're quickest to get it in the mouth. Like, we were doing that downstairs earlier as a competition and like stuff like that. Yeah, I get stuck into it and I try and win it. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. What are you doing? Andy's having a fit. Come on, Neil.
Oh, what fun, and a great victory for Scotland there. Actually, I was about to say we must do it amongst the commentary team, but there's no after 8s left because Dan Evans wanted to eat the rest of them.
What a shame. We were both right up for it, weren't we?
Yeah, absolutely, why not?
Yeah, I mean, quite an amazing challenge there, and obviously they've lost the tennis, but the main challenge, obviously Scotland have come through in spades, so it's good to see.
But so funny to see just how competitive they all are, particularly Andy Murray. You see it there. There was no way he was going to lose that.
Yeah, and he had no embarrassment about some of the facial expressions that he had to make to get the after 8 into the mouth area. So yeah, it was impressive commitment to the cause.
It was indeed. Okay, well, we have one final match coming up for you here at Battle of the Brits 2022, and it's set to be a very exciting one indeed. We have Andy and Jamie Murray taking to the doubles court here in Scotland. It may or may not be the last time they play doubles together in Scotland. They're taking on the world #1 in doubles, Neil Skupski, and Dan Evans, who has replaced Joe Salisbury, who had to withdraw earlier with illness and injury. So, Alan, this is a big match for a number of different reasons. It doesn't have any bearing on the overall battle score in terms of who's won, because we know that Team England have won. But they want to play for pride. Andy and Jamie want to win if they can.
Absolutely, and I think the crowd is still absolutely buzzing to see them coming out here and representing Scotland together. And they've got a very tough opponent. You know, Joe's had to pull out, but Dan and Neil have played quite a bit of doubles together and to a very high level. They've reached, I think, 2 Masters finals together. So it's going to be a high quality match, and I think it's going to be a real kind of treat for the crowd as the last match of the session.
And what about memories of Andy and Jamie playing together? Do they go back to that Davis Cup victory? It was just remarkable what they managed to pull off.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's some of the doubles matches are probably some of the most indelible memories of all of Britain's Davis Cup matches, when they had that spell where they were competing for the title and they won it in 2015 in Belgium. Couple of matches at the Emirates which were incredibly dramatic. The Australia match springs to mind against Hewitt and Groth, and then the final on clay against the Belgians in their backyard. That was really high-level doubles from both of them.
It was indeed, and also I think the crowd tonight, this is a really special opportunity for them to see Andy and Jamie play together in Scotland. It doesn't happen very often, and the way that the setup is here in the stadium, some of the fans are so close to the court. It's incredible.
That's right. You can almost kind of hear them deciding where they're going to serve to and stuff, because they're almost on the baseline, some of the fans. So it's a real different perspective that you get when you're at court level and that close, compared to even being in the stadium but further back, and especially of seeing on the TV. And I think everyone loves being on the doubles, watching the doubles matches when they can get close to the action, because the speed and the skills on show really stand out when you're close up.
And Dan Evans as well, we've heard him, he's very vocal from the side of the court. Do we think he's going to be chippy on the court as well?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if he'll maybe rein it in a little bit in this one and let the bench do the talking more, but you never know, he might have a little bit of chat for them. But yeah, as soon as Johnny O'Mara starts to pipe up, he might get involved, I would have thought.
Certainly. And what about Ian Holloway too?
Andy and Holloway, yeah, I think they've got enough mouths on the bench to cover for Dan being on the court instead this time.
Oh, they do indeed. I mean, it's been a wonderful atmosphere the whole last couple of days, something that really has elevated, because this has been the first time Battle of the Brits has taken part with a live crowd. It hasn't been able to have done that before due to COVID, so it really has been a magnificent couple of days. But in a few moments' time, we have the final match of Battle of the Brits 2022. It is just moments away, so let the final battle commence.
He's one of our own, Jamie Murray!
We're really excited to be able to bring world-class tennis to Scotland. That was a huge part of wanting to put on the event, and hopefully beating England.
From Dublin, it's Sir Andy Murray!
I don't know about mind games, but there'll definitely be a lot of chat flying around for whoever wins. I do get involved in it quite a bit. Dan Evans, probably on the English team, he'd be the one that's stirring things the most on that side, and then on our team, I'm probably up there.
From Birmingham, Dan Evans!
We're all travelling off to Australia at the start of the year, so it'd be nice to let the guys know if when we've won that, you know, we took them out in their backyard. It'd be something nice to have over them, you know, be plenty of hours spent letting them know we've won.
Ranked #1 in the world, Neil Skupski!
Really looking forward to getting on court and beating the Scots.
10.
9.
8. 7.
6.
5.
4.
3.
2. 1.
Come on, England! And now is the time for our final match in Battle of the Brits. Aberdeen, are you ready? Then let's welcome the players onto the court, accompanied by their guard of honour. First from Team England, we have a player currently ranked #1 in the world for doubles with 7 ATP doubles titles in 2022 alone. Alongside him, the current #2 ranked British male singles player, winning his first ATP singles title last season. Please welcome for Team England, Neil Skupski and Dan Evans! tennis and sport in Scotland and across the world. One is a former #1 ranked doubles player in the world. One is a former #1 ranked singles player in the world. With Olympic gold medals, the Davis Cup and 10 Grand Slams between them. From Dunblane, please welcome Jamie and Andy Murray!
Well, what a moment. Andy Murray and Jamie Murray on the same side of the net for Team Scotland, taking on Dan Evans and Neil Skupski of Team England. And let me tell you, that roar from the P&J Live Arena here in Aberdeen was absolutely massive.
As the Murray brothers take to the court, it is the final match.
Dan Evans and Neil Skupski, a very good pairing indeed.
Scotland, make some noise, Aberdeen.
That man in your picture, Dan Evans, has already won today as well. 32 years of age, ranked 27 in singles, 74 in doubles at the moment. And Colin Fleming, he is a tough act in doubles as well as singles.
Oh, Dan Evans is a quality doubles player, there's no doubt about it. We saw against Andy Murray earlier this afternoon, he's got an all-court, game and skill set, doesn't mind serve volleying, he's very accomplished at the net, he's dangerous with the forehand from the back of the court, and well, we know what type of character he is, he'll be fired up for this one. And wanting to show that, he's by no means the weak link on the court. And I'm sure he'll be ably supported by this man who played, I thought, very well this afternoon, Neil Skupski.
Oh, didn't he just? He was alongside Paul Jubb, and they never played together. He was far more experienced doubles player, 33 years of age, 13 titles, 7 of them this year. Wimbledon mixed doubles champion as well this year, and he did play some incredible tennis. He is having the year of his life, and how he would like to top it off with a victory here, 2 from 2 today.
Yeah, absolutely right. 13 career titles, 7 of them this year. That's led to him being the current world #1, joint world #1 with his regular partner, Wesley Kohoff. And at a high level as well, Masters 1,000 titles. It's not like it's, on a lower level of the tour. So, he really has become an elite doubles player. And there's no doubt Andy and Jamie Murray will have their work cut out here.
First of all,
There is Andy Murray, 35 years young, and that's his singles ranking of 49. Back in the top 50 now in singles, which is great to see, and of course, former world #1. We all remember those years very, very well indeed. And look at that win-loss record in terms of singles. It's absolutely bonkers how many matches he's won on the 8-beater. Listen to that applause as well from the P&G Live Arena here in Aberdeen. Tears in the eyes of some of the fans as well. Such a significant moment for them. These two guys have given so much to British tennis. And the tournament director himself, Jamie Murray. What a guy he is. What an event he's put on. 36 years of age. Being ranked world #1 in doubles. 7-time Grand Slam champion as well, Colin. What a career he's had.
No, unbelievable. Not quite at, his peak at the moment, 36 in the world, but very much still motivated to get back up the rankings, despite the fact he's involved in event organisation like this. Phenomenal show he's put on here in Aberdeen with the 2022 Battle of the Brits. And look, these two, they don't play that often, but when they do, they tend to be a really tough team. They've had some real highs. I think the 2015 Davis Cup run, the semi-final doubles against Australia, even the final in Ghent against Belgium, they were really, really good. So, look, this is going to be a bit of a party out here. Who knows if we'll ever see Andy and Jamie play in Scotland again? There's no guarantee at a professional level. So let's, enjoy that side of things. That'll be a real celebration of their careers as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, for the 6,300 fans in here, including Johnny O'Mara, singing. That was a beautiful solo.
Yeah, very nice. Thinks he's at Hampden Park.
He wants it to continue. But certainly, party atmosphere, that man just loving life over the last couple of days.
Come on, boys. Here we go.
Aberdeen, this is the moment.
2 points. 3.
Listen to that reception from the Aberdeen crowd. They are extremely excited for this final match of Battle of the Brits 2022 to get underway.
Sharp as attack, picking up where he left off this afternoon, Neil Skupski. Real feature of his tennis, how sharp he is at the net, but also dangerous with the forehand from the back of the court.
I think we're going to hear an eruption from the crowd every time the Murrays win a point. Andy
Murray serving first for the Murray brothers. The thinking behind that is such a strong server. We saw him serve well at the end of his singles, but also Jamie's so good at the net. Real strength of his.
wonder how the legs of Andy Murray are. After being on the court just a couple of hours ago.
Well, he's invested a lot in his 2 singles, but the powers of recovery are there. He's fit as a fiddle, and I'm sure he'll be plenty in the tank for this doubles.
And boy, he'll want to win it. Just like the After 8 challenge.
Deciding point.
So of course, deciding point in doubles, no ad. And Dana Evans choosing to return here. So essentially, a game point for Team Scotland, but a break point for Team England.
England.
Well, I think Andy cannot believe what happened.
First game.
He thought it was clearly wide.
Well, he stopped, didn't he? He even said, come on. He thought he'd held serve. He's going to argue with the line judge here. Unfortunately, there's no challenge system at Hawkeye, so nothing that can be done.
Well, let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean,
it's conclusive, is it? I mean,
no.
Hard to call from that.
He'll not be a happy bunny, though, because that is break of serve in favour of Team England right from the get-go. And I can't believe Paul Laurie hasn't shouted, come on, line up.
Well, we've seen Ian Holloway across the 2 days complaining about the calls and the officials. Footballer's nature, complaining to the referee, but that one definitely went against Team Scotland.
He shouldn't be smiling after that.
We need Chippy on his feet, chipping away at the line judges.
Neil Scott's to serve.
A drama from the get-go. Interesting to see how Jamie Murray returns, because that was an area of his game, certainly in the first match, that he couldn't quite get a hold on in the first doubles. But credit to he and Johnny O'Mara, came back, match point down, set 5-3 down. Put up a great fight.
Yeah, and Jamie will feel when he's playing with Andy, if he could just, you know, get them off to a good start in the return games as he's done here, they've straight away got a chance to break, because Andy's one of the best returners we've ever seen in the game. You know, when he gets hot, it's like he never misses. And that's why it's so good to have him on the ad side as well. There's a few more of the big points go to the ad side, and tough to serve to Andy Murray in those moments.
Oh, I think.
We've got a mistake with the score here.
Yeah. I thought it was 15-30. Was it
15-30?
There's pressure on the officials now.
Oh, gosh. Thankless task being an umpire.
Brilliant volley there from Jamie Murray. That forehand from Neil Skupski would have gone past a lot of players, but able to control the ball at full stretch, and Dan Evans maybe just caught a little cold.
Well, Neil Skupski produces a lethal forehand, and that one just too hot to handle for Jamie Murray.
Scotland.
So an immediate break back for Team Scotland. And the crowd loving that.
Well, that's the pressure of serving to Andy Murray on a break point. He went for a really big second, just missed it. And there's the break back. So good job there to overcome the initial disappointment, get back on level terms. Still haven't had a hold of serve here.
We haven't.
Turbulent start to the match.
I'm sure Judy Murray is sitting watching in the stadium as well. It must be a really nice moment for her to watch both Andy and Jamie play here.
Well, huge amounts of pride in their tennis, but also, I'm sure, for Jamie and what he's achieved with this event. Big brother stepping in there to finish the job.
15 love.
It's not easy to hit an overhead in the indoor arena with the lights. Dan Evans had hit about 20 earlier. Oh, great hands from Jamie Murray there. Galvanised something out of nothing.
Yeah, that's a beautiful little touch. Just what he's known for. Skills around the net.
Banter from the benches. Well, he's enjoying himself, isn't he?
Yeah, there's a little bit more of a relaxed feel here. There's no doubt that these guys want to win this match, but nice to see the smiles on the face.
Team Scotland, to the delight of the crowd, have their noses out in front, 2-1 on serve. And it's been a fun start to this match, Colin.
Yeah, as expected, you know, we got 4 really skillful players on there in a little bit more of a relaxed sort of atmosphere. I'm sure we'll see some brilliant points as the match unfolds. Good to see Andy Murray get over the disappointment of that line call to be broken in the opening game. He didn't look happy, so won the next 2 games. Looks to be in the back of his mind, certainly for now. Jamie Murray doing a great job again of winning the first point on return for his team. It just sets up brother Andy for a chance to work his magic.
And that is a clear example of the magic that he possesses.
Well, he wasn't messing about there, just firing the forehand straight at Neil Skupski.
Let's versus.
Well, the shields were certainly up at the net. No way past once they were able to take position here. Neil Skupski trying to go for finesse over power. Eventually outfoxed.
Look at this now. Triple break point. Quadruple, in fact, given that it's a deciding point.
15 feet.
So 1 saved for Team England. 2 more to negotiate, well actually 3.
Well, you see these modern day doubles players so close to the net, and it's one of the reasons why they cover the angles, but also we're able to get a racket on the volley. There's almost no time for the opponent to react. The ball will just punch straight through Andy Murray. 2 more to come, and probably 2 in a row to Andy Murray if need be.
Well, there's the wonderful return to serve from Andy Murray. Devilish, in fact, and secures another break of serve for Team Scotland.
Well, he may not have beaten Dan Evans earlier, but having had that match, he's certainly got his eye in now. And the returns are just like lasers to the feet of Evans and Skupski. Too hot to handle there.
Jamie's turn for quick reactions that time. No messing about.
This is really efficient stuff from the Murrays. Hardly put a foot wrong.
Let's just.
Marching through this service game.
That's what Neil Skupski's all about. Gets the forehand into play, looks to use power, hit through the opponent.
What an overhead to consolidate the break of serve from Team Scotland. Let me tell you, this arena in Aberdeen is up and about. Andy and Jamie Murray and Team Scotland lead 4-1.
Team Scotland! The Murray brothers. Tennis royalty racing into the lead, and we have tennis royalty with us. How about that's John McEnroe is here tonight. John, man, what do you make of what you're seeing tonight?
Well, look, talk about the Murray brothers in Aberdeen. I mean, come on. You know, here's a couple of guys who know something about tennis. Am I right? You know, whilst we're here, you know, should men and women be paid the same for tennis?
John, we're going to have to stop that particular train of thought, because I know you can be in two places at once. We are honoured to have Sir Andy Murray with us. Andy, what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, no, I mean, sort of thought we're playing pretty well so far. It's great to play with my brother. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to finishing this one so we can find the nearest nightclub and get hammered.
But of course, before we let you go, we've got event organiser Jamie Murray here as well. Jamie, have you anything to add to that?
No, to be honest, just everything Andy said, but slightly higher.
What a legend, as these two are as well. How funny is that? Folks, the man you heard from there, the real man behind it, is Mr. Josh Berry. Let's hear it for Josh. And let's hear it for the real Jamie and Andy Murray.
Well, wasn't that absolutely brilliant? Josh Berry is one talented man.
I think he actually is more like Andy and Jamie than they are. Is that possible?
15.
That must take a lot of studying.
Certainly practiced, and nice to see Andy in particular able to see the funny side.
13-15.
Again, the Murray, well, Andy returned the serve. Just causing havoc a little bit for Team England at the moment. Paul Jubb back. Quick turnaround.
Yeah,
Coming to support his team.
What a day he's had. Slightly fortuitous return, I think, from Jamie Murray, but angled away for a winner. And the scoreboard just wrong at the moment.
Game, Scotland.
So that was, in fact, a break point there, and another break of serve for Team Scotland.
Yeah, they're just really struggling to handle the quality of returning from Andy and Jamie Murray. Too good so far.
So now Jamie Murray serving for this opening set. And I guess if you're Evans and Skupski right now, just trying to get a little bit of form at the end of this opening set ahead of the second.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe slightly caught up in the celebration of the Murray brothers. You know, it's a difficult match for them to play, but I'm sure they'll grow into it.
Skupski drilling the ball there.
Left it.
Too much pace for Andy to handle.
Jamie Murray doesn't have the biggest of serves, but there's plenty of sort of flight and spin on it. You know, Skupski mistiming that. Easy pickings for Andy Murray at the net. It's the kind of volley you like to have.
Oh, has he made it? I think he has. Somehow caught the edge of the line there. So a breakpoint opportunity for Team England to try and get one of these breaks of serves back. Done in style from Neil Skupski.
Scotland lead 5-10.
Now a double breakdown. Team Scotland still lead 5-2 in this opening set. Final match of Battle of the Brits 2022.
Huge forehand there from Neil Skupski. Not often you see Jamie Murray barely react to a ball. And that game will help them just maybe settle. And of course, they're very relaxed. The job is done from Team England's point of view. They've secured the 2022 Battle of the Brits. I'm sure there'll be an awful lot of banter going on. All the players have a big WhatsApp group. You can imagine the chat that's been going on over the months leading up to this. Who's going to win? Oh, we know now it's Team England, and they'll be looking forward to dining out on that for a while, I'm sure.
New balls here for Dan Evans.
Fantastic return. Jamie Murray at full stretch. Able to just use the pace and the serve, redirect it cross court.
Let's success.
Drilled forehand straight at Andy Murray from Dan Evans, secures that hold of serve. Team England have managed to claw back 2 games, 5-3.
Yeah, the momentum definitely with Evans and Skupski. Andy Murray in particular here, but you know, as a pair, they've got to just compose themselves, get things right. A nice solid game here, try and serve out the opening set. That's exactly what they'll be looking for. Strict diet of first serves, finding the target.
So now Team Scotland just 2 points away from taking this opening set.
13-15.
Over-pressing with the second serve there. Never likes to make it too straightforward, Andy Murray.
Willie Miller, Aberdeen football legend, in the house.
He's made his way onto the Team Scotland bench.
Let's scissors.
The crowd were cheering for him. Very well known in these parts. Well, Team Scotland a little bit unlucky. At that point, the net cord just playing havoc. Well then, set point for Team Scotland. Team Scotland. Delight for Andy and Jamie Murray. And understandably, a lot of appreciation for the
noise in here
from
is
the Team Scotland bench.
And what a start. Let's hear it for Team Scotland.
Oh, you saw the hand signal from Jamie Murray. That meant he was crossing, and it was an incisive cross to steal the set. Take a quick look at the set one summary. First serve points won for Evans and Skupski, just 38%, very low. There's no doubt they can move through the gears, up the level, but sharp stuff from the Murrays.
Okay, well, let's get some Team Scotland reaction. Marcus Buckman is courtside with the Murrays.
I most certainly am. Well, boys, so far so good. How much fun was that set in front of this incredible crowd, Andy?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, thanks, yeah, again, for everyone coming out to support. Amazing atmosphere, great event. And yeah, we're obviously pumped to be out here playing in front of you guys. And you know, me and Jamie haven't played together for a long time, and to get to do it here in Scotland is always really special for us. So yeah, been a good start. Let's try and finish it off now.
And if you do go on to win, Jamie, might you be tempted to go to the nearest nightclub and get hammered?
Maybe. Pretty freaking tired, to be honest. It's been a long few days.
Well, keep going for at least one more set. Well done, boys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Marcus Buckman there, looking like he's going to propose to both the Murrays.
I think Marcus fancies a nightclub. He's up for it tonight.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Now, I have to say, everyone has worked so incredibly hard on this event. It was, of course, meant to go ahead last year, but got postponed due to the latest outbreak of COVID at the time. So to have it here with a full set of fans, it is just wonderful. And look, they're absolutely loving it. So Team Scotland, one set to the good at the moment.
You can hear when Andy Murray speaks there, you know, just about how much it really means to them. You know, it's his sincerity. Quite a thoughtful guy. Appreciates this opportunity to play with brother Jamie at home in Scotland.
Yeah, as he said, they haven't played together for a long time. And if they can come away with a victory here, it would be even sweeter.
Well, we don't have the official stat, but it feels like one of only a few returns Andy Murray's missed in the match. As annoyed as ever when he misses it.
Game, England.
So Team England off the mark early on in this second set. And they'll be happy to get that hold of serve in the bag. Got broken numerous times in the first set, so that will settle them a little bit here.
Yeah, they're a quality doubles team. There's no doubt about it. They played a fair bit 2021 together. They made back-to-back Masters 1000 finals in Miami and Monte Carlo. Not quite able to get over the line in either of them, but you know, that's the highest level on tour, and shows you the level they're capable of. So if they can get it going in this second set, we may well wind ourselves to what would be the third match tiebreak of the day. I'm sure Andy and Jamie Murray will have other ideas.
Yeah, every match that Andy's played so far, both of them have gone to a match tiebreak. He's won one and lost one. Well, what improvisation from Andy. And then an absolute missile of a forehand down the middle.
Yeah, he did so well just to dig out that backhand. I don't think Neil saw that ball. Swing and a miss. Quite get his feet around the overhead.
His favorite serve.
He's definitely found a rhythm since sort of midway through the second set against Dan Evans. The first serve has been a good weapon since then.
Sure has. Another first serve delivery from Andy Murray. Secures that hold of serve, 1-all.
And you love to see it. This year's Battle of the Brits is gone, but the fist pump is still there. They want to win this one.
I don't think the competitive edge will ever leave Sir Andy Murray. Even when he stops playing tennis.
You could play him at Tiddlywinks. He'd try everything to beat you.
Connect 4.
Let's surface.
Oh, a couple of body shots there.
Oh, hold on a minute. Body line from Evans.
15.
Might get a little spicy.
Faults.
Echoes of Ian Holloway in the background.
Oh, can't believe he's missed it. I don't think anyone can.
You bet your house that Andy Murray would make that.
13, 15.
Plenty happening, but he had the point on his racket. Maybe just distracted by the move at the net in front of him.
Well, he made up for it there.
It's probably 10 times harder. Another stunning return. Just glanced away across court.
That's a great point. All parts of the court used.
14, 15.
Aiden McHugh back now to cheer on Team Scotland as well. It's just so good to watch.
Deuce, deciding point.
He's so well known for his singles playing, his Grand Slam singles titles, Olympic gold medals, Davis Cup victory, but he is such a talented doubles player as well. So deciding point here, break point and game point at the same time. Oh, it's Murray magic once again. And it secures break of serve in this second set in favour of Team Scotland. And the brothers loved it.
Hold on a minute. Andy Murray, such a good returner. You always take it for granted, but that is as good as it gets. The ball's coming right into his left hip. The natural shot is to kind of pull it cross court, and he just massages the racket inside the ball, redirects it down the line, and there's the break. It's just that X factor that he's always had, the ability in the big moment to produce the goods. Ably supported tonight, it has to be said, by his brother Jamie.
Yeah, the performance so far from these two brothers has been quite remarkable. A real high level that they brought to a very strong opposition duo of Evans and Skupski.
Can opener from Jamie Murray. Lefty swinging serve out wide.
I like that. I won't steal it.
I don't believe you. Similar serve, this time to the juice side.
40 love.
So effective when lefties can swing it away from the right-hander. More limited reach to their backhand side.
I think Jamie Murray gesturing to the England bench to shush. What a game from Jamie Murray in particular. Held to love.
Scotland leads 3-2.
Team Scotland looking pretty good in this final match of the Battle of the Brits 2022 here in Aberdeen. Overall victory has gone to England. They are leading 8-1, but this match still worth 3 points in the overall score.
Goodness me, what a volley from Dan Evans.
15.
He was in the line of fire there.
I think he surprised himself as well.
He's got a couple of tattoos, Dan Evans, nearly got another one there.
If Andy had made that, crikey.
Good second serve there from Neil Skupski, plenty of pace. Kind of second serve you've got to be prepared to hit against Andy Murray.
Important hold of serve for Team England to stay within touching distance of the Murray brothers. In this second set, they're trailing Team England by a set and a break.
Feels like I'm going to do a waltz at this point. A set and a break up. Well done to the Murray brothers and Team Scotland, looking great so far. And winners everywhere tonight. We mentioned our competition, our outreach programmes. Thanks to everyone at Schroders, Battle of the Brits, and to all the kids who took part. And a special mention to all the kids, especially Augie Stalder, aged 9. That gets our special mention. We applause for each of the names that we mentioned here. There you go to Augie with that fantastic one. And now into the winners' categories. In our age 4 category, our winner is Mason Robertson. Well done to Mason. Congratulations, and there you go. And in the age 5 to 6 category, our winner is Faye Conway. Well done to Faye and to all the kids. There we go. Lovely drawing full of colour and imagination. In the age 7 to 8 category, well done to our winner, Ava Sunderland. Let's hear it for Ava. Brilliant. Very creative. And in the 9 to 11s category, congratulations, and let's hear it for Emily Christie. There you go, a big game of horse tennis there. There's one for the next Commonwealth Games. So we have an overall winner, and your final applause goes to age 7. It's William Riddle. And some of these kids are here tonight. They are the future. Thank you for your support and engagement. And thanks for your support for these great players. Let's raise the roof, make some noise. Let's see it, Aberdeen!
So Team Scotland setting a break up. Looking to try and extend their lead here.
Here you go, boys. Come on. Go, Scott.
That's good play from Dan Evans.
Yeah, nice anticipation, reading the play. Saw the chance off the return to move across the court. Hasn't really faced any pressure on serve since being broken in the opening game of the match, but in a little hole here.
Wow. Blink and you'll miss it.
It's a home run from Neil Skupski. He read the tee serve and just launched into the forehand.
So a couple of break points here for Evans and Skupski. See if they can get this set back on serve.
13.
Well, Andy Murray has got other ideas. shoelaces.
Yeah, you're right. Great pick-up, but what a miss from Neil Skupski. Can't believe it. Done the hard part with the return. It's usually the type of forehand that he just eats alive. It looks like he's putting his hand up to take the deciding point here.
So it remains a break point for Evans and Skupski, but an opportunity for the Murrays to lead 4-2. Passing the blame.
I can't believe it.
And that's the Scottish line judge as well. Once again, great hands from Murray, and the error coming from Skupski's racket.
That's a big holder serve from 15-40. 3 break points in a row saved. And they're edging closer to finishing this Battle of the Brits with a win for Team Scotland.
Indeed they are, just 2 games away from victory of this match, not for the entire competition. England have already sealed that with Paul Jubb's victory over Aiden McHugh in the match prior to this. But still, Team Scotland wanting to end on a high.
Another brilliant return threaded by Andy Murray.
Come, boys.
Some good recovery from Evans here. Down love 30, a second break would be match over, you think?
Come, boys. Come on, England.
Okay, England's new ball.
So Team England still in with a shout in this match. Just the 1 break behind in the second set. 2 trail of the opening set as well. All looking very relaxed still in Team England. And of course, they're missing Joe Salisbury today. He had to withdraw through illness, so we wish him well. And of course, Jack Draper involved yesterday, who played an incredible match against this man, Andy Murray. Jack Draper, happy birthday. Turns 21 today, so I hope he's enjoying some time with his family.
Well, we're not sure if Andy and Jamie will be in the nightclub, but hopefully Jack Draper will be somewhere. You're not going to do it on your 21st birthday, when are you?
Well, I actually heard him last night say, no thanks, I'm preparing for next season.
Well, there you go. It says a lot about where he's headed in this sport. Big second serve there from Jamie Murray.
15.
No messing around. 2 holds of serve will do it for the Murray brothers.
Thirteen, 15.
I haven't seen many of those from Jamie Murray in this match. Dan Evans was happy with that return of serve. And it was a fist pump to Johnny O'Mara in the Scotland bench on the wind-up. But Johnny certainly dishes it out as well.
Just enough on the put away from Andy Murray, bouncing it over Neil Skupski.
Managed to save a break point, but of course with the deciding point in action in doubles, face another one.
It's Dan Evans taking it this time. Fancies his chances.
Scotland victory in this match.
Oh, they did well there, just held their nerve. Nice, convincing put away from Andy Murray in the end. Edging closer to a successful return to the doubles court together.
So Skupski serving to stay in this match.
Love 15.
Returned well, Jamie Murray. He's looked sharper this evening than he did this afternoon. He's had a lot on his plate with trying to focus on playing along with running the event. There's no doubt he's put in a good performance this evening, returned well the number of times he's set Andy up with opportunities like this.
Oh,
he's missed it.
A huge backswing there from Dan Evans. I think he wanted a challenge, but unavailable, I'm afraid. And that brings up a match point for Andy and Jamie Murray and Team Scotland.
Trying to finish it in style there. Jamie Murray really went after the return. But of course, as we've seen throughout the match, it's 2 in a row probably now to Andy Murray. It's going to be tough to get out of this one for Neil Skupski.
Second match point for Team Scotland.
Deciding point for receiving team.
Kudos to Neil Skupski there, bringing out the ace. Deciding point. But it still remains match point for Team Scotland. Great serving performance from Neil Skupski. Keeps Team England in the match with a very crucial hold of serve.
Well, that was brilliant. You don't get to world #1 without delivering in some big moments, and 2 quality first serves there to get himself out of the game.
We didn't think we were going to make it that easy and wrap up.
Well, at least that's the question here of Andy and Jamie Murray to serve out for the win.
Let's hear it for Team Scotland. Your energy across the 3 sessions has been fantastic. We love that. Let's keep it going and let's get our team across the line here. We've got karaoke cameras, so we've got cameras all around the P&J Live Arena here in Aberdeen. So when we come to you, as we are doing now, then you can react, dance, wave, say hello. You're on the telly. Have a sing song as well. Turn the music up a wee bit. There you go. Oh. Yeah, fancy tennis rackets then. There you go. We love that. There is only one Andy Murray. Wave, cheer if you come. You give a reaction. There you go. And a big man. What a job he's got. What a handsome boy he is. Love you again. There you go. Nice bit of waving and cheering there. And the final shot at the karaoke cam. Where's it going to land? There you go. Right on the Scotland flag. Final push. Let's make some noise. Let's hear it for Team Scotland.
time now for Andy Murray, Team Scotland, to serve for this match. Where does he find the energy to hit that winner?
Looked as if Dan Evans had him there, but the sky hook. Great finish.
Triple match point for Andy and Jamie Murray and Team Scotland. Well, what a special victory for brothers Andy and Jamie Murray, winning on home soil in front of a Scottish crowd. Will we see them play doubles together again in Scotland? We do not know, but it is absolute delight for the fans here in Aberdeen and for Andy and Jamie. Fantastic performance from both of them. And as we see Ian Holloway congratulating them, but listen to this ovation for the two best tennis players Scotland has ever produced. And absolute legends of the game. 6-3, 6-4, Andy and Jamie Murray have defeated Dan Evans and Neil Skupski. Colin, it was a very impressive performance from a 35 and 36-year-old.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, you could see what it meant to them. Obviously, the competition was gone. But, you know, to come out and play doubles together again in Scotland, you know, they wanted to put on a show, a performance across the whole 2 days. And they finished on a real high note, which is brilliant to see. And look, it had a special feel to it. I'm not going to say there's any certainty over whether we'll see them play again, but who knows? And just to enjoy that moment and to see them, how good they are as a doubles team, remind us of that. You know, a big factor in Great Britain winning the Davis Cup was their doubles performances. Just brilliant to see again. And a word for Evans and Skupski, who've been brilliant throughout the 2 days. But, you know, a quick look back on the stats, they've just confirmed it was a really clean, tidy performance from Andy and Jamie Murray. And just an absolute pleasure to be here and watch the two of them play in front of their home fans in a fantastic atmosphere. And, well, let's hope we do see it again. That's for sure.
Certainly, what a way to round off Battle of the Brits 2022. But let's head down courtside with Marcus Buckland. I'm sure he's got a mishmash of Scottish and English players. Who have you got there, Marcus?
Yeah, we have got all the key ingredients here. Everybody we need to talk to is waiting. Let's start, though, with Jamie and with Andy. Boys, if you come forward just a little bit. Jamie, you looked a pretty decent combination out there together. How much fun was that in front of this vibrant crowd here in Aberdeen?
That was awesome. We had a great 2 days, 3 amazing sessions. Like, it was so much fun to come out and play in Scotland, and to finish off the event playing with Andy was really special.
And Andy, there has been some talk that perhaps this will be the last time that you two compete together. Does that make this even more emotional? Of course, obviously, everyone hopes that isn't going to be the case.
Yeah, look, I mean, I certainly hope it's not the case, but we need to treat these moments like we might not get the opportunity again, because you know, we're getting on a bit, and you never know what's around the corner. But yeah, it was amazing the whole 2 days. Very proud of Jamie for the event that he put on, and also all of the players. There's obviously a huge team behind the scenes, you know, helping put on the event too. They've been great. But yeah, all the players, like, it meant a lot to, I think, both of us, the way that all of the players showed up and competed well and just went after it and created a great event for everyone who came along to watch. So we're really, really thankful to you guys for doing that for us. It was brilliant.
Well, let's bring in Dan and Neil. I mean, Dan, you did beat Andy earlier today, so it was perhaps wise not to try and complete that particular double here in Aberdeen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm leaving tonight anyway, so we were trying, I promise. No, like Andy said, I just want to say thanks to everybody who supported the event. It wouldn't be as good without everybody here. You packed it out. Jamie, thanks for everything. The whole teams, you know, captains as well. It's been amazing. I mean, it's no favour. You're acting like it was a favour to us to come out here. It's, you know, there's no better preparation to be out in front of everybody competing. So I'd do it all over again, and hopefully you can.
Well, Dan, you competed magnificently. Neil, so did you, as we'd expect from the world's #1 doubles player. You may have lost this particular rubber, but of course you have won the Battle of the Brits. You're a football fan. It's coming home, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously nice to win, but it's great to get some pre-season action in, a few matches before we go out to Australia. Yeah, it's been an incredible week. Everyone's competed hard, all the guys, amazing effort, including Johnny O'Mara. Yeah,
the Prince of Arbroath.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, especially what Dan said, big thanks to Jamie for putting this on. Tough for last year to get cancelled, and he's gone again to bring it to Aberdeen. It's an amazing achievement by him, and we've all enjoyed it. So hopefully we can do it all again at some point in the future.
Thank you, Neil. Let's have a word with the two captains. First of all, Mr. Holloway. Winning the Battle of the Brits, does this equal taking Blackpool into the Premier League?
Almost. Almost. Yeah, I got relegated after that, so one comes with the other, doesn't it? But in football, it's very different. I was very confused. There was no 4-4-2, or God knows what was happening. And then I was 5-2 up, and then it was like all of a sudden we were 6-5 down. I thought, what's going on? And no one was shouting, you're getting sacked in the morning. That's what I couldn't get used to. So thanks for that. But as for all of you, right, you should be really proud of where you're from. Right, this is a wonderful place. Happy Aberdeen, that's all I want to say to you.
Thank you. And Paul Laurie, captain of Team Scotland, your boys may not have won, but they battled to the very end, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a great effort, obviously, by all the boys. And it can't be difficult to play in front of this crowd because the atmosphere was just amazing. Both days, had a great time, thoroughly enjoyed it. And obviously, congratulations to Team England on the win. Set through gritted teeth, of course, but we've had a great time. It came up a little bit short, but thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, we've really appreciated having both of you as the respective captains. Final word has to be with Jamie. Now, you have worked tirelessly to put this event on with Mary Greenham and her fantastic team. Can you just sum up what it means to you and what it's taken to make this the success that it's proved to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of work for 2 years, you know. We had everything set up to go last year and ended up having to cancel like really last minute. And you know, like Andy said, we really appreciate all the guys making the effort to come and play and you know, make it really special for us. You know, compete hard, have fun. You know, that's what we wanted to achieve from the 2 days. Just a few thanks from me for all the event staff. John Steele and his team for the production. Guys worked like dogs the last few days to get this ready to play. Simon Anderson on the TV side. He was battling through a sinus infection the last couple of days as well, but he made it happen. We're understaffed as well. We had a a few pullouts from really key parts of the production team, which made it really challenging for them. So a lot of appreciation for that, and for Mary for helping me for the last 2 years, working like crazy, because yeah, it wouldn't have happened without her. So thanks, Mary.
Well, thank you, Jamie. Both you and Andy have been an absolute inspiration and should be extremely proud of yourselves. Congratulations to everybody. Thanks to this amazing crowd, and at any moment now, the presentation will get underway. One more cheer for everybody involved.
Thank you, Marcus, and indeed you are right. It is time for our presentation, and leading our presentation party, please welcome onto court from Event Scotland, it's Paul Bush. Paul, I know Event Scotland's support for this event has been tireless, and we thank you so much for all your efforts, and I know you want to say a few words at this point.
Thanks, Des. Wow, Aberdeen, was that great? Congratulations to England, but my last words have to be to Jamie, Andy and Judy for everything you have done for Scottish tennis and Scottish sport. Thank you.
And we echo that here in Aberdeen. First of all, our commiserations to our runners-up this year at the Battle of the Brits. Let's hear it for Team Scotland! And now to our winners, under the expert guidance of their captain, Ian Holloway, to all of the players who have represented Team England, to Jack Draper, Joe Salisbury, Paul Jubb, Neil Skupski and Dan Evans. The Schroders Battle of the Brits winners for 2022 is Team England! And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. These are the pictures you will see all over social media and in your newspapers tomorrow as well. Huge smiles and a great effort. Oh my goodness. And Holloway's hat has been removed. He'll be dangerous once he learns the rules of tennis, that man, I tell you. What an effort from Team England, and they're now joined by their counterparts from Team Scotland. On behalf of all of us here over the past 2 days, 3 sold-out sessions at the P&J Live Arena here in Aberdeen. This has been the Schroders Battle of the Brits 2022. Top quality tennis and a fantastic audience supporting it. People of Aberdeen, make some noise for the Battle of the Brits!
Well, absolutely wonderful scenes here at the P&J Live Arena in Aberdeen. Team England won the war against Scotland north of the border. They are the 2022 Schroders Battle of the Brits champions. But some incredible moments for Team Scotland. For that man in your picture, Jamie Murray, what an event he's put on. You could just hear Colin in those thank yous and speeches afterwards, just how appreciative all those guys are of this event that he's actually run over the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's invested so much, Jamie Murray, and credit to him. You know, this is a guy that's still trying to be the absolute best player he can be and try and get back to the the very summit of the rankings, and all while he's doing that, he'd been organising this event. It almost happened last year. Could easily have sort of lost hope and given up on the dream, but you know, here we are. We've had a fantastic Battle of the Brits. Probably not the result he was hoping for, but ultimately, you know, it's been a huge success, and sounded almost a little emotional there, understandably so. You know, it's special for him, his family, and it's meant a lot to a lot of people. A huge amount of appreciation from the other players. These guys, yes, they wind each other up, yes, they want to beat each other, but they're great friends and they support each other on tour, and I'm sure this will be great for them, as Dan Evans said, as they all head off to Australia for the start of the new season, and we wish them all the best back on the regular tour.
Yeah, great preparation for them going into next season, because we all know that the practice court cannot replicate the match conditions, and you know, some of them haven't played for a couple of months. They've just been training in the off season, but to get a couple of matches in here, it really can help them. Yeah, absolutely. It's almost a kickstart for the new season. You know, you play in front of 6,000 plus people, you know, 2 or 3 times in 2 days. It really sharpens the focus. You know, they will know kind of much more about where their game is before the new season now than they did, you know, at the start of this week on Monday, and it will give them, as I say, a focus, a few things to work on before they hit the match court in Australia, and they'll all be very grateful to Jamie Murray for that. If you look back at the previous Battle of the Brits events during COVID, hardly anyone else in the world was competing, and a lot of the British players came out off the back of that and actually had a lot of success because they were maybe just a bit sharper, a bit more ready to go, and that's been a big factor in Jamie putting these events on. And these are special moments. These guys have so much time, as we're seeing here, for the fans, the youngsters, you know, the next generation of, well, tennis fans and hopefully players, and they will be out there for a long time, I'm sure, signing every possible autograph they can and taking the pictures and doing the selfies, and they're just a couple of legends of Scottish and British sport. Certainly, and pretty much all 6,900 fans have made their way down courtside to try and get an autograph from one of these wonderful players. And of course, the 2 captains as well. We have to give a massive shout out to them. They have been instrumental in terms of bringing the fun vibe, bringing a different element to this tennis tournament. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember exactly how Jamie put it there, but sort of serious fun. You know, go after each other on the match court, but there's that fun element. I think having Paul Lawrie and Ian Holloway here from, you know, their own respective backgrounds in golf and football and all they've achieved, and bringing something different to the event was a real success, a real feature, and I'm sure the players loved it. I certainly saw them all backstage, you know, picking their brains, sharing sort of stories and experiences from their own sport, and you know, that's great. I think the captains have loved it, and I'm sure they'll be keen to be a part of any future Battle of the Brits events. You know, Colin, it wasn't just the players picking their brains, because backstage you have now organised a game of golf with Paul Lawrie and Johnny O'Mara, haven't you? Yeah, well, I've got to hold my hands up. Alan McDonald said shameless. I'm a golf tragic now, so you put Paul Lawrie on the same table as me, I've got to pick his brain and try and get a game, so I'll look forward to that, hopefully, in the future. Have you organised a date? not yet, not yet. I'm not as shameless as Johnny, but we'll see. Yeah, he's on the phone to you. He's phoning the pro shop, I think, for the tea time tomorrow, 8:22. But do you think you've got a chance? Hopefully one day. We'll see. Play with an Open champion. What a thrill that would be. It would be indeed, and I guess you and Johnny as well as a partnership would be pretty fun indeed. Who's going to be Paul Laurie's partner? We're at TBC. Maybe we'll get Jamie out there. That would be fun. A good golf for himself back in the day, but obviously focused on tennis, as has Andy. And a Battle of the Brits reunion. Well, possibly. You know, I'm just thinking, looking at the brothers, you know, who knows how many times we'll see them on the court together. I think Andy put it very nicely. There's no plan for this to be the last time, but you just never know what's going to happen. Another injury for one of them, or who knows, just not an opportunity to play. So it's a great mindset, a great approach to it, and perspective and gratitude for still being able to take to the court in front of a great crowd and spend these moments together as well. So look, it's just been a special night. Yeah, well, a reminder there that Team England are victorious here in Aberdeen. They have defeated Team Scotland 8-4 overall. They had won it after the first match of session 3 in quite convincing fashion, but it was a very dramatic day, 2 match tie-breaks, and could have gone either way. Yeah, in many ways for the event, it was a bit of a shame. I think that afternoon session, had that been 1-1,
you know, we would have been live to that final doubles, and I think Andy and Jamie showed that they may well have been capable of stepping up and sealing the deal for Scotland. But here was Paul Jubb. What a performance he put in.
Yeah, this was a moment that Paul Jubb and Team England sealed the victory of Battle of the Brits 2022 in a pretty clinical display against Aiden McHugh of Team Scotland. Paul Jubb, certainly one to watch in the future, one who is improving and working hard on his game after graduating from college in the US and only turning pro in 2020.
Yeah, and a word for Aiden McHugh. Look, he had a tough time. Showed some promise that first set against Dan Evans yesterday in the first session. You know, probably didn't play the level of tennis he's capable of here, but I think it'll still be a good experience for him. It might not feel like that right now, he'll be disappointed, but, you know, playing in front of such a big crowd, that will stand him in good stead. Andy Murray, Jack Draper, probably the match of the event. Goodness me, what a tiebreak that was. I'll never forget that match tiebreak and the tennis that Andy Murray played to will himself over the line.
Certainly.
We came into today, it's just been a feast of great tennis.
Yeah, it was 1-1 after session 1 yesterday, so it was all to play for today, and Paul Jubb and Neil Skupski managed to scrape a victory against Murray and O'Mara, who came back from a set 5-3 down, match point down. And then Andy Murray, what an effort from him as well. Dan Evans played a great first set. Andy came back very well in the second, but Dan Evans played a really, really tough match tiebreak. And then we saw there that Paul Jubb sealed the deal with his 6-2, 6-2 victory over Aiden McHugh. And, well, what a way to round off the day, round off Battle of the Brits 2022 with Andy and Jamie Murray defeating Dan Evans and Neil Skupski on home soil. A very special victory indeed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. I'm sure there'll been a huge amount of banter going on between both teams in the lead up to this, who's going to win, and they'll be dining out on it for a while, Team England. But look, it was just a huge success, and it's probably just brought them all that bit closer together as they head off into the new season, where of course it's about individual hopes and dreams. But look, these guys are ready. They're a credit to British tennis, and it's just been a fantastic 2 days, a real pleasure and a privilege to be here and cover it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I have to say the fans as well, they came out, they've really got involved, they thoroughly enjoyed it, and it really wouldn't have been the same event without them.
No, it would not have been, and hopefully it will inspire many of the youngsters that were here across the 3 sessions to you know, get a racket in their hand and keep playing. I know Jamie and Andy will be very keen to have that impact, and that's one of the reasons, one of the things that drives them, as well as their own, you know, sort of will to win and will to succeed.
Certainly. Well, what an incredible couple of days it has been here at the P&J Live Arena in Aberdeen. England are the Battle of the Brits champions for 2022. They have defeated Team Scotland north of the border, but a huge thank you goes out to Jamie Murray, everyone involved in the event, the production team. It has been a thrill to be a part of it, and we cannot wait to see you next year. Thank you so much for watching.
Welcome to Scotland, fellas. Yeah, how was the flight?
We're really excited to be able to bring world-class tennis to Scotland. That was a huge part of wanting to put on the event.
We're all friends. We all want to win. We want to beat Scots.
Come on, Andy!
Come on, England. Aiden McHugh!
Dan Evans and Team England draw first blood.
Come on, Scotland.
It's Andy Murray! Jack Draper! The rising star is Paul Jubb, ranked #1 in the world. Neil Skupski, Johnny O'Mara, Jamie Murray.
It's long, and Team England get what could be a crucial victory in this battle.
Right, are you ready?
Sir Andy Murray! Evans!
Dan Evans takes the victory for Team England, defeats Andy Murray.
It's Paul
points and 3 championship points. Well, Team England win the war against Scotland. Battle of the Brits champions.
2022 Battle of the Brits for Team England. How good does that feel?
Yeah, super thrilled to clinch it and bring it home.
Listen to this ovation. The 2 best tennis players Scotland has ever produced. And absolute legends of the game.